What's going on, guys? I'm Carbon Airsoft HD, and this is my first video on my channel. And to start it out, I think I'm gonna show you guys probably one of my best guns, my MP5k. Best meaning the most work I've done to a gun. This gun is crazy. This rail here is 100% custom, done by me. You can't buy this rail anywhere. I personally made it myself for this gun, and in my opinion, it makes the gun look pretty dang cool. And I have a high-speed motor, GMP Tornado or something or another motor. Angel Custom Thor aluminum piston. I've shimmed it, greased it, done so much work on it. It was originally a Galaxy MP5k. Which, you know, they aren't the best, but I've tried to make this as good as I can. I put an Angel Custom Type 4 barrel in it, new hop-up bucking, because I was having problems with the hop-up, and this gun shoots almost 40 rounds a second. The only problem is right now, I stripped the gears. So, I gotta get this thing open, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. So here we go. Alright guys, so we have the MP5k down on the work table here. It does come with a stock. I've already taken that off. Luckily, my rail does not need to be taken off to get the gun open, nor does the grip. We're only going to be working on the gearbox back here, and I'll show you how to get that out. Using a screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, you have to unscrew this screw right here, which holds a pin in. That also holds in the clip release. So you just gotta unscrew that. Don't unscrew the clip release on the side of the gun, the magazine release, like an M4 style. Do not unscrew that. Unscrew the little screw you see below that, and you can then pop out a little pin that looks like that. And then your ambidextrous mag release will be removed, and it's that pin right there, not the clip release, that pin. So once you have that pin out, all you have to do, as long as your stock's off already, you already took these pins out, all you gotta do is slide the gearbox back, and boom, your gearbox is out. Easy as that. So all you gotta do is set that aside. And in this gun, I've already shredded 2 pistons, 2 sets of gears now, because this gear set died. I would have you guys listen to it, but the sound it makes scares me. I'll be 100% honest. Alright, next what you want to do is flip it over to the other side, and on your selector switch you have what would be an Allen key. I replaced it with a silver Phillips head screw, just to make things easier. But you need to get that Allen key out, which personally, all H&K guns that I own, I switched that Allen key over to a Phillips head, just because it's easier. Because honestly, I don't like Allen screws. They're annoying. So, once you get the selector switch out, all you gotta do is pull it right out. These 2 screws on the bottom here, you just gotta unscrew those to get to the motor. This was my first airsoft gun. I've been playing airsoft for 4 years now. Time flies. And this was my first gun back in like my first or second year I got an AEG. I wasn't sure if I was going to like the sport, so I didn't jump and get an AEG at first. I got a dumb little Springer. Just to mess around with, see if I actually liked it. And, alright, hang on guys. Story time in a minute. Once you get to the motor, most motors, you just have to pull the wires right off. But this motor, to keep the connections really good, they screw onto the connections. So I just had to take those screws out. But you guys will probably just have to pull the motor connectors right off the motor. I just have to unscrew mine. But my friend that got me into airsoft, he had this MP5k, and it never worked for him. He had problems with it all the time, and he had other friends try to work on it. I mean, I was new to airsoft. I wasn't as good as a tech as I am now. Now, you know, I could fix just about anything, but before, it was like, oh, geez, I don't know how to fix anything. And he sent it to one of his friends that knew how to do some things. But he never seemed successful. He took the charging handle out, which upsets me a little bit. I don't know, I like the realism aspect of airsoft, and having the charging handle would have been nice to me. But if your guys are wondering what I'm doing, down in the grip here, after you get the motor out, there's 2 screws holding the body to the gearbox, the lower receiver to the gearbox. You just have to unscrew those, and the gearbox will pop right out. And then you just gotta push your cables through. Sometimes that can be annoying. And boom, your gearbox is out. Try not to tip things like I just did. You guys are wondering what that is. That's just the garbage I use for my desk. Alright, so once you have the gearbox open, you just gotta take out... I like to start with these 2 bottom screws. Sometimes they're cranked down. And then I'll just take off this little, like, neck clamp. Alright, and then next thing I like to do is on the top here, there's this metal plate kind of gripping it together. Mine's all bent and mangled, so it can usually come off pretty easily. Maybe. There we go. So mine comes off pretty easily, just because I bent and mangled it. It works fine, but I can pop it off really easily, which is nice. So before you unscrew any of the rest of the gun, I like to take a paper clip, bend a little tiny hook that you can get in here and pop the anti-reversal latch with, just so there's no tension on the gun. And when I pop it, you can probably hear it. But thank God the gears are stripped, so there we go. That popped the anti-reversal latch. So now the piston is in its forwardmost position, and the spring is less compressed as it possibly can be while it's in the gun. So when I open the gun, it doesn't just immediately fly out like it would if like the piston was sitting back here and you have all that tension on the spring, which could honestly hurt you if you're not doing it correctly. So I always like to pop that anti-reversal latch first, just because it gets rid of all the tension in the gearbox, and you're good to go. So then all you gotta do is take all the screws out of the gearbox. And guys, this works for just about all gearboxes. I mean, they're all pretty simple. I mean, sometimes they'll be like Allen screws or the star key screws. So, all gearboxes are a little different. This one's nice because it's Phillip head. Alright. So now all my screws are out. What I like to do is take a thin screwdriver, and in the back of the gearbox here, when I start to open the gearbox, it'll show the spring guide. And in the back of the spring guide is a little hole, perfect for my screwdriver to fit in. And I like to just grab that spring guide with my screwdriver so it doesn't fly out and shoot out of the back of the gearbox. So I like to open the back of the gearbox a little bit and then get my screwdriver in there so I can hold the spring guide down. And you see, by holding the spring guide down, it also keeps the spring, everything in place. Then using the screwdriver, I can kind of get that spring out nice and easy. Nothing goes flying, everything stays right where it's supposed to be. And that's how you do that. And it's always helpful to have a little rag close to where you work to wipe off your fingers and all the grease and all that good stuff. Alright guys, so here's the inside of my MP5k gearbox, and I'll grab the camera to show you. So this was a gear set that I had. This is my Angel Custom piston here. Look at that thing. It's beautiful. I love it. Everything on it looks fine, which is perfect. I'll check the piston head as well. I might have to wait to get that out. I'll have to get the gears out. My gears here had like ball bearing stuff in them, but I believe this gear is gonna be shredded when I flip it over. Nope, not this gear. Yeah, the spare gear. You can see right there how it's missing a tooth. It appears to be the only problem. But that misplacement in the gear was causing some problems. I might be able to get away with this gear set. I'm not sure how much of a problem that's causing. I might try it. I don't know. Think I should try it, guys? And you can see all my shims and stuff. All my nasty shims. I can't put those on that. I need the cover for the ball bearings. Oh, guys, I'm sorry I'm not showing you this. You see? Alright. And then my shims go on top. And this is the inside of a gearbox, guys. My shim doesn't want to stay. This gearbox still has a lot of upgrading. It needs like gears especially. I might want to get a new cylinder or something, new cylinder head. Just about everything in it's upgraded. Especially the gears are needed because I just shredded those. Here guys, this is an old gear set right here. The gear set before I put that gear set in. So my teeth on this, focus. Okay, maybe not. Okay, maybe it won't focus, but I'm sorry guys. The teeth on this are totally shredded, and like a bunch of teeth on this are shredded. You can see it. So that's what my MP5 did to my old gear set. And before I got this aluminum piston, it would just shred pistons. So yeah, I really just had to get this open to see if the gears were broken, and there is a break in my gears. So I'm gonna have to get some new gears, probably some of the Prometheus high-speed gears is what I'm gonna get. So yeah, that's basically my MP5K. It shoots, well, it did shoot like almost 40 rounds a second. I don't know what it will shoot after I get new gears and everything for it. And that's on 11.1 LiPo. So this thing's shooting fast, and this thing is just a tank. So yeah, that's the inside of gearbox, guys. And I gave you a few of my little tips and tricks to opening the gearbox, such as popping the anti-reversal latch and using a screwdriver to get the spring guide out so the spring doesn't just fly out. There's those little tips and tricks that help a ton. And I hope you guys enjoyed my first video showing you guys the internals of my MP5K and what I have kicking in there. I'll show you guys more videos on this as I get more parts and everything. Because yeah, this thing's crazy. I love this thing. And I have a few other custom projects I'll have to do a video about. And I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I hope you stick with me on this new channel because I absolutely love airsoft, and I love playing airsoft so much, and I love working on guns. That silencer is part of one of my custom projects. That big old Angel custom silencer right there. I'll have to show you guys that in another video, and I'll see you guys later.